Hello, everybody. Welcome to the drive-thru. I'm your host, Tony T, here on Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. And of course, what we do here is we give you wall-to-wall picks from all of our handicappers. And I'm going to show them to you right now. We got our handicappers at Pick Dogs about ready to deliver some plays. And of course, we're efforting to get Dana Lane in. But let's go ahead and welcome to the show, Joe D'Amico, my co-host. Joe, how you doing? How are things in Vegas?
Tony, Joe D'Amico in Vegas, having a great time. As a matter of fact, I spent most of yesterday on Las Vegas Boulevard. I spent some time in a couple of different casinos. I was at the Venetian, the Palazzo, the Wynn and Encore. People are excited. People are coming to town. We're getting a lot of visitors here. I think over the next few weeks with football starting, I start to hear a buzz about football. I'm going to touch base later on during my segment, but I do hear a buzz. The sportsbook are getting more and more crowded with visitors, the local sports books, places where a lot of the local Las Vegans go to watch their race and their sports, the Orleans, the Rio, a lot of different local places, the Gold Coast. They're very crowded. I mean, day to day, there's a lot of race people in these local race books and sports books. But I will be honest with you, there's a lot more buzz now. People are opening up their phone accounts. People are getting ready. Contests are opening, football contests, different contests. All the different casinos and different betting companies have different contests. There's a big buzz, and betting is back. Vegas is back. We've never left. We're very excited about it. We're still getting 100-degree weather each and every day. The girls are wearing almost nothing. So come on down and join us.
Absolutely. Check and join us here over in Las Vegas. Of course, the drive-thru. We'll have picks coming up, guys. We'll take it at the top of the hour with our cappers delivering plays. And Joe, just get your thoughts over this NBA action over the weekend. We saw that the much-anticipated Boston-Toronto series begin. Boston with a big win, of course, and both LA teams moving on.
You know, Lakers and Clippers, as you just mentioned, Tony, they're waiting on the Jazz Nuggets, Rockets, Thunder matchups to finish up. But with both LA teams moving on, I do believe that the fans and the media alike are getting what they wanted, getting what they paid for. They want to see these big-name cities go on and move forward in the playoffs into the next round. You mentioned Boston, Toronto. I personally, I'll be honest, all week long love Boston, because they got the better of Toronto during the regular season. Talked myself out of it in game one, got a loss. But I want you to know, I do feel Toronto is not out of it. They have to respond in game two because you don't want to be down 0-2 to a team like Boston in the playoffs.
Absolutely. You don't want that to happen here. And, of course, here on the drive-thru, it's time for picks. And we're going to bring in Brian Bittler. You'll find him over at the Pick Dog site. And, of course, Brian, very, very good handicapper. Brian, how you doing this afternoon? And your thoughts here as we move into the LA teams moving on?
Oh, I'm super excited about that. Hoping to see maybe a Clippers-Lakers matchup sometime in the future, but also college football just days away on Thursday. Got some small schools coming out. I can't wait. I love small school college football.
Yeah, small school college football is very exciting, no doubt about that. Of course, Brian Biller here joining us on the drive-thru. And, of course, Brian, you're going to be looking at this contest here between the Heat and the Bucks, which will be tipping off here in about 10, 15 minutes. We saw the line here open 6, 5.5, and 5s around the marketplace in this contest, Eastern Conference semifinals. And, of course, Milwaukee, got through their round. And, of course, so did the Heat in a sweep against Indiana. But how do you see this one as we've got the Heat and the Bucks?
Guys, just minutes to get in on this one. Actually, the Miami Heat are a premium play for me tonight, plus the points. I'm a little bit worried looking at the public and the bet percentages that a lot of people are getting on the Miami Heat. But you know what? I'm going to stick to my guns here. I think Miami plays them tough. I think whoever has the ball last is going to win this game. So I'm going to take the points here.
Are you going to take the points? And what's your thoughts here with this Heat team, of course, with Butler and company and all those three-point shooters?
I think they've been one of the best teams in the bubble. They got a great combination of offense and defense and really playing hard on both ends. Jimmy Butler didn't get it done in Philadelphia, but he seems like a perfect match in Miami.
Absolutely. No question about that. The perfect match there in Miami is Jimmy Butler. And, one thing with this Heat team, they covered all 4 games.
Yes, they did. And you know what? The Pacers team is not much of an NBA team, in my opinion. I think they're going to get a much truer test in this matchup.
We saw,
If I may, Tony, sorry, if I may, I want to ask Brian, in the first round and even in yesterday's game one of the second round, we're seeing teams that I don't want to say it. We're seeing underdogs winning outright. Obviously, in any playoff series, Game 1 is very important. How important do you think this specific Game 1 is to the Heat and to the Bucks?
I think it's very important for the Heat, because if the Heat come out and get blown away by the Bucks, that's going to really demoralize them. But if they can somehow sneak in a win, that'll motivate the Bucks, and maybe the Bucks will be something I want to look at in Game 2, just like the Raptors are a team I'm going to be looking at in Game 2 against the Celtics.
All right, Brian, over at Pick Dogs, what do you got going on for tonight's action? Of course, we got 7 MLB games, 2 NHL, and a primetime game at the top of the hour. What's happening up there?
I got my best bet, my NBA President's Choice going off, $29.95 at pickdogs.com premium, plus my MLB late night investment you can get for the same price.
All right, check Brian Bittler over at Pick Dogs. As always, Brian, great having your show. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you in a couple of days when you're back on the show.
Love seeing you guys. Take it easy.
All right, our buddy
Good luck, Brian.
Good luck, Brian. Of course, our buddy Brian Bittler here on the drive-through every Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Bring on a lot of the handicappers. I'm co-host with Joe D'Amico. Of course, Dana Lane also joins us in our studio. And we're ready to bring on our next guest. And who it is? It's Joe D'Amico. Joe, you'll be looking at this White Sox and Twins game. Of course, two AL Central teams battling.
I am, but first I want to say, Tony, this is our first broadcast doing the 3 p.m. show without our fearless leader, Mitch Wilson. He's sitting this one out. He's going to be sitting the 3 p.m. shows out. He's going to come in, periodically. But I want to tell the rest of our cast members and all our viewers, guys, when the cat's away, the mice will play. The boss is out of the building. Elvis has left the building. We're going to have a lot of fun. You're still going to get a lot of content. I do miss you, Mitch. I love you. I know you're watching. Just joking. I do want to touch base, Tony. When we last spoke, our Friday 3 p.m. show, I came on with a free game winner on the Cleveland Indians. Sports fans, no one liked it. What happened? I believe they eked out a win 14-2. Tonight's matchup, I like just as much, guys. I want to talk about the Shy Sox and the Twinkies. The White Sox, we all know they've won 8 of their last 10. They're playing much better baseball than is the Twins, who are on an 0-5 run, guys, 5 straight losses. They haven't put up better than 2 runs per game in any of those outings, and they're losing by over 2.8 runs per game. I love his name. I love this pitcher, Lucas Giolito. Guys, he takes the hill here tonight for Chicago. He did lose his first outing of the year to Minnesota, but he comes in here tonight off his 2 best appearances of the season. He shut out both Detroit and Pittsburgh, going 7 and 9 innings. Granted, Detroit and Pittsburgh are no world beaters, but what is big to me and should be huge to you guys is that he went 7 and 9 full innings. Absolutely huge. Today's times, you don't see pitchers go 9, let alone 7, and then 9 back-to-back. I think he's getting stronger as the season goes on. Rich Hill gets the nods for the Twins tonight, guys. He's making just his 4th start here. To be very honest, he hasn't shown me very much. I want to talk some numbers to our viewers out there. Chicago, 7-1 the last 8 as a road favorite. 10-2 their last 12 overall on the road. 11-1 the last 12 versus left-handed starters. Let's talk about Minnesota. 1-9 their last 10 as a home dog, and 0-5 their last 5 versus American League Central opponents. Lay the buck 35 with the hotter Chicago team here, folks. I like this game. They're going to get you the money tonight.
All right, Joe D'Amico here on the White Sox. I can't argue that pick, Joe, because when you look at the White Sox, they're absolutely crushing left-handed pitching. They're hitting nearly over 284. They're putting nearly 7 runs a game on left-handers. And boy, these Twins, they look dead. I mean, after getting swept in 3 to Detroit, they've lost 5 straight. And it's one of these angles that I look at here with the Twins. They come off a 9-game road trip, their first home game. I know a lot of Vegas people like this angle when you go on the road for a long time, stretch of 9 games, and you play that first home game without a day of rest.
Well, Tony, I always say it. I said it before. I'll say it again. To me, baseball is a game of streaks, moreover than any other sport that we bet on. And this team is just not losing. Minnesota is a very good team. Because they came out of the blocks playing good ball, they're still in the running. I wouldn't count them out yet, but they are ice cold. Chicago is red hot. Like I said, Giolito, to go 7 innings, then go 9 full innings back-to-back, it means his stamina is there. He's pitching well. He's getting run support. Chicago's playing hot. They're a good young team. Hey, our fearless leader, Mitch, loves to talk about him. He's not here tonight, so I'm here to talk about them. I like Chicago tonight. $135, give or take, here in Vegas. I like them to get you the money.
I'm with you there, Joe. To listen to Joe D'Amico here on Drive Through every day, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. Free picks throughout the day. Matter of fact, let's flash up that pick screen here. We got a lot of cappers still ready to come on board here on the Pick Dogs on our show, our Drive Through show. More free picks coming, guys. All right, we'll continue on our show, and we're going to go ahead and welcome El Nino's into the conversation. And let me find El's screen. There he is, right there. El, how you doing this afternoon, evening?
Doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Your thoughts over what you saw the weekend action over in with your Lakers coming through?
Yeah, they came through, as Joe mentioned. It was Brian. Both LA teams going through, so that's pretty cool. Obviously, Laker fan here, so rooting for them. And yeah, they're looking much better now. I mean, obviously Lillard got hurt, so that helps. But they did their part, and hopefully they keep it up in round 2.
Absolutely. All right, Al, I know you're going to be looking at an NL game, NL West. We're looking at the Padres and the Colorado Rockies. And let's take a look here at the line with the Rockies. Richards against Marquez. We got the Marquez laying $1.18. High total here of 12, but that total's high. We've seen some runs scored over there.
Yeah, Coors Field known for giving up lots of runs, but actually taking a look at the side here. Also, there's 2 pitchers here that haven't been great this year, but they are better than what their numbers suggest so far. Richards coming off his worst start of the season, giving up 6 runs in less than an inning, just got 2 outs there. Marquez hasn't been much better, giving up 13 runs in his last 2 starts. The big news, though, is the Padres got some big trades there at the deadline. Including a couple guys that look like they're expected to go in the lineup today. I always thought the top part of their lineup was really good, but now they got some nice additions for that bottom half. And while the Rockies is more a top-heavy kind of lineup still. So I think that's going to be a nice advantage for them tonight. And I'm going to take a shot with the Padres. I see them about plus 105, plus 110 around there, with some money coming in on Colorado today, but I still like the Padres here. I think they've been the hotter team. Obviously, not really going after the pitching here again. Looking for the offense to get the job done for us.
You're just looking for the offense because Richards had a really rough outing here. Of course, German Marquez a really tough home start.
Well, yeah, I don't think he's going to have as bad as an outing this time out, but, I expect Richards to bounce back a bit. But, yeah, I'm banking on the offense here to get the job done for us.
Yeah, no question.
For the
Boy,
Padres,
when you look at that ERA for the Rockies bullpen at home, it's over 8.
No, it's a tough place to pitch, as we mentioned, but, yeah, that's not good either.
Absolutely not. All right, so El's we've got El on record here over on Pick Dogs. What do you got going on tonight over at Pick Dogs? We got 7 games, Major League Baseball. We got an NBA in prime time, top of the hour, 2 NHL as well. What's going on?
Yeah, I got a play on the Heat Bucks. I got a later NBA too. I got a Rockets Thunder pick. I got 2 baseball picks coming out and a hockey play as well. So 5 picks on the premium side tonight.
All right, now have a great
with one about to tip off.
About to tip off. Have a great night tonight, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, you too.
Good luck,
Thanks again for having me.
All right, that was El Nino's here on the drive-through, guys. We're going to do wall-to-wall picks. Let me give you another screenshot. We got a bunch of big dogs right now in the bullpen ready to deliver some winning picks for you. Picks up in the top of the hour. We're going to get them all in, guys. I just want to remind you guys here on the drive-through, it's Joe and I, Joe D'Amico and myself, and Dana Lane will be joining us as well throughout the week and on our show. And, of course, we want to mention again Mitch, as you said, Joe. Mitch,
yeah,
he's kind of turned the show over to us here in this time slot because he's got a lot on his plate.
Absolutely. Mitch is he's the James Brown of the sports information business. He's one of the hardest working guys. He's up at the wee hours. I don't know when he finds time to sleep. I thought I was one of the hardest workers, but he's got so many things. He does a lot of live shows. He's got videos. He's got this website. He's got other websites. And he's always got a lot of things on the burners going. Plus, he organizes this eclectic bunch, which can't be easy. He's got a lot of things going. He's going to be chiming in from time to time, making a cameo appearance. Obviously, he's always ahead of the game, and he's always got so much positive stuff to bring to each and every show. But he's turning over the reins to me, you, and Dana, and we are obviously Dana's got something going on right now, a little technical difficulty, which we will overcome very soon. But we can look forward to Dana Lane, who is honestly Dana's been a dear friend of mine, a personal friend here in Vegas for many years. He and I have done many, many, many countless projects together. One of the sharpest guys in the industry. Guys, hockey, football, basketball, basketball, always one of the sharpest guys, always on top of the leaderboards. I know he's doing very well on Pick Dogs right now. He's up there right now as far as leaderboards go. So I know if he was here, he's a humble guy. He wouldn't even tell you to go over there. I'm going to tell you guys, go to Pick Dogs. Go get Dana Lane's place. He's always got some winners on the board. I'll tell you what, I myself follow Dana. I talk to him each and every morning in Vegas. We keep similar hours, and I'll tell you what, he will be joining us regularly. Hopefully we get him on today's broadcast. If not, he will be joining us regularly at the 3 p.m. show. This is a guy you need to follow. Speaking of that, Al Ninos, Tony, I'm excited about Al to be working with him. Prior to doing the show with Al, I followed him on Pick Dogs for several months. He's a hot guy. He's hot in a lot of different sports. Got one of my favorite names on my intro. You heard of El Nino? We've got Al Ninos, but he is red hot. He's got a couple of different sports going on tonight. Folks, go down to Pick Dogs. If you don't like what Joe D'Amico has to say, you'll like what Dana Lane has to say. You don't like what Dana Lane has to say, you'll like what Brian Bittler has to say. Who, guys, he is a sharp guy. He and I have been friends for a long time. We got together as friends because we're both always on top of leaderboards. But he is one of the guys I really respect the business. Young guys like Al Ninos. We've got some other great guys like Chris Ruffalo. We've got Razor Rod. I love Rod. He's going to be coming on shortly. But if you don't find what you have with Joe D'Amico, you'll find it in Bittler. You'll find it in Al. You'll find it in Razor Rod. Trust me, Pick Dogs has something for everybody out there. We've got streetwise players. We've got money players. We've got angle players like Joe Duffy, who's normally on the show. He's not on today. But under the Pick Dogs roof, we have something for everyone, including my guy, Tony T, who we never talk about Tony's picks. Tony, I want to know, what do you have on the board tonight?
Oh, I've got a 3-pack going on NBA, and we've got a couple of Major League Baseball, so check me out over at Pick Dogs for that 3-pack. Free picks coming up here, guys. We're going to cover the plays up until the top of the hour. Right now, you speak of Chris Ruffalo. We got him here. Chris, how you doing this afternoon? Of course, we're looking at the NHL game, but in these playoff series, a bunch of 3-1 series.
Yeah, dude, I'm still trying to get over the goosebumps from Joe's intro earlier. Jeez, I'm sitting here freaking sweating. How am I going to follow that up? But no, we have seen a ton of 3-1 series in these playoff series. But you know what? That's what hockey's become. And that's what hockey's always been in the playoffs. And I don't think you can count anybody out, especially 3-1. We've learned you can't count anybody down 3-0 in a series either.
No question about that. Of course, you're going to take a look at a game tonight, Chris, between the Stars and Avalanche, and we'll take a look at the odds here with Colorado laying $1.35. Total sits here at 6.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of touched on the morning show before anyone who missed it. You look at the first 4 games of this series between the Avs and the Stars. It's combined for 34 goals in the first 4 games, which is a bit surprising, considering Dallas, even in a shortened season due to COVID, Dallas was second in the regular season. They gave up 174 goals. Colorado was 6th. They gave up 190. Still, I know we've said it before. It's a battle of the backups between Francouz for Colorado, Khudobin for Dallas. And I just think these goal tallies are a result of seeing a backup battle. And, the increased workload is just coming at the worst time, which, for any situation like this is the postseason. I mean, either way, though, no matter how you slice it, 34 goals in 4 games doesn't take a math degree to see that's 8.5 goals a game. Last time I checked, 8.5 is a lot more than 6. I'll take the over here.
All right, Chris Ruffalo here on the Pick Dogs, looking at the over in game number 2, the late game between Dallas and Colorado. All right, Chris, we see you over at Pick Dogs, and we see you here in the morning show, 11 a.m. Eastern time. You can join Mitch and Rod and Brian Bittler on the show, and of course a lot of breakdowns in those games. And Rod said, Chris, what do you got going over at Pick Dogs tonight?
Well, today it's a massive Monday. I got my package. I got an MLB Moonshot, which is 5 games for the evening slate of MLB. I got my major NHL package. That's 4 games. You want all 9 picks? I got them on there for $49.95 guaranteed, $39.95 not guaranteed.
All right, check him out, Chris Ruffalo over at Pick Dogs. Get his package, and we'll listen for you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Chris, as always, great having your show. Have a great night, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Gentlemen, thank you for having me.
All right,
thank you, Chris. You're the best, brother.
All right, thank you, Chris, for joining us. All right, we'll go ahead and bring in Joe. I know, Joe, there's a lot of excitement in Vegas for the Vegas Golden Knights, but no one can go to the games because they're in the bubble.
Absolutely. I got to tell you, very strange. I said it before, growing up in New York, I'm an Islanders fan. I'm happy where they are right now. But I do want to say I'm a Las Vegas for over 30 years. This is my home. The Vegas Golden Knights, they came into a league. They did something that no other expansion team has ever done. Not only that, but they brought this whole community, the Vegas community, together. I mentioned before in the show, we went through a tragedy, October 1st tragedy, and in their inaugural year, and they brought this whole city really together. They brought us together in unity. And, the whole city's behind them. I have a lot of friends, obviously, living in Vegas, a lot of Facebook friends, a lot of social media friends, people that I don't get to see that I'd like to see because we're still under semi-quarantine. But I will tell you, it is strange not being able to go see these games. And it does affect me. And maybe I'll get a chance to ask Rod in the next segment, because he's another hockey guy, how he feels it will affect some of these teams in the bubble. Because I personally always give an edge to home field advantage. Teams don't have to travel. Their facilities are usually better than the visiting team facilities. Obviously, the home team has the home fans. They get the hype. They get the noise, and they get the excitement. And here in Vegas, I'll tell you what. I've been fortunate. I'm a sports fan. I'm 51 years old my whole life. I've been in every baseball, football stadium, most hockey stadiums, most basketball stadiums in this country, and even in Canada. And I will tell you, I've never seen a hockey crowd like the crowds I see here at the T-Mobile for the Golden Knights. I know a lot of people here are really missing their Golden Knights. I'll tell you what, they're looking as good as any team left right now. Bittersweet for me, though. I'm an Islander fan at heart, but my home is Vegas, and I'll always root for the hometown team. I love to see them two clash, but I'm going to leave that up to the hockey experts, Tony.
We definitely will. All right, here on Pick Dogs, more free picks coming on the drive-through show. And speaking of Rod Zawacki, let's bring him in. Rod, how you doing today? Of course, I know you follow the NHL very well, and 3-1 series here in these semifinal conference series.
Oh yeah, for sure. Here in this, like I said on the morning show before the last game, this Dallas team was angry. They were very angry. And came out and got themselves a win over this Colorado team. I think in the West here, we're going to see Dallas versus Vegas. That's going to be a great series. Definitely looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah, it looks to be. All right, Rod, I know you've got a play for us tonight, and what do you got for us today?
Today's play, we're going to go to a total in the WNBA. Between the Chicago Sky versus the Indiana Fever in this game here. I'm going to take the under 167.5. The last 4 meetings between these two have all gone under the number. The last 17 meetings between these two teams, it's 13-4 to the under. Both these teams play enough defense that will get enough stops, and we'll hit our under the 167.5. I think some books you can find it at 168, but I got it in at 167.
All right.
Always shop your line.
Yeah, shop that line, Rod Zawacki, here on our drive-through show. We're going to take WNBA action for Monday night. All right, Rod, what do you have going on at Pick Dogs? We're 20 minutes at the top of the hour, and I know we got 7 games from Major League Baseball, an NBA, and 2 NHL. What's happening up there?
I got a Monday Night Birdcage up there. My top play from each sport. 1 in NBA, 1 in hockey, and 1 in MLB. Still available. Grab it now, $29.99. Guaranteed winners there.
Absolutely. I know, Rod, you like the NHL. You're a student of that sport. Just like to get your thoughts here on this Boston-Tampa Bay game starting here in about 20 minutes.
For me, this Tampa Bay team has looked, when they're playing 5-on-5, it looks like they're playing on a power play. I don't know how much more Boston can take of this. For me, I'll throw you another free play on this game tonight. I'd take the under. Take the under 5.5 goals. I think we're going to see a lot of checking, a lot of hitting. I wouldn't be surprised if we see another couple of fights like we did last game in this game as well.
All right,
that's under 5.5 goals. But what if I made the fights 2.5? Would you go over or under the 2.5 fight rule?
I think I would go over the 2.5 fights. Definitely going to see over 2.5 fights. We know Marchand's going to be in there definitely pestering people today and getting people going.
All right, Rod is. You can listen to Rod in the morning show and watch him 11 a.m. Eastern time. Actually, no, I'm sorry, it's 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. You're up a half an hour early now, Rod.
I'm up anyways. I've got 2 dogs that wake me up and they're ready to go. They're ready to go early. They're like, hey, it's time to go. So I'm up early and at her.
10:30 a.m. Eastern time with Chris Ruffalo, Brian Piller, and Mitch. Of course, Mitch in that morning show. You can also listen to Mitch sporadically at night in prime time as he comes on with some halftime and intermission. Sometimes we see with the videos over on the Pick Dogs YouTube channel, you and Chris covering the NHL.
Yeah, we've been doing the hockey videos over there, giving more free picks on every hockey game. Definitely been enjoying that. Been
All
good.
right. Sounds great. All right. Rod, it's always great having you on the show. Have a great night. We'll listen for you tomorrow morning,
Great
11
being
Eastern
here.
time, and you'll be on tomorrow.
Thank
We'll
you,
talk to you
Rod.
then.
You bet. You and Joe have a good night.
All right. Thank
Tony,
you.
if I may, we've got some great information, some great content. Brian Bittler gave us a play on the Heat. Al Ninos gave us the Padres as a small dog. Chris came in with the over in the Dallas game and the Dallas-Colorado game. Rod gave us an under in the WNBA game, the Chicago game. He gave us an under, 5.5 goals in the hockey game. Dana Lane just sent me a message hot off the presses. He is sorry about the technical difficulties. He wants everybody to know he will make it up to everybody, but he wants everybody to know over at Pick Dogs, he has 3 big baseball games tonight. He has the Tampa Yankee game, the Nats Phillies, the Padres Rockies. He's got 3 big winners. Go down to Pick Dogs for Dana Lane. I'm going to tell you now, guys, there is no other place under the sun you could get this much positive content and also have a good time to boot. Tony, I'm just so excited about this crew, this lineup. I'm so excited about college and pro football season starting this week. I'm excited to be co-hosting with you, the best hair in the business and one of my favorite people on the whole planet, Tony T. Tony's got games tonight. I mean, guys, this is so much good content. Obviously, Mitch, he does all the videos over at Pick Dogs. He's got like 20 videos a day. There's a bunch of live shows. Tony, what else can we talk about? What else can we give these people tonight?
Well, you beat my pick for tonight, and I'm ready with it. Let's deliver here. NBA, Rockets, Thunder, big game 6. I got to take the underdog here, OKC +5. You can see some 5.5s. Do your shopping out there. After evening that series at 2-2, the Thunder put up a stinking game 5. They shoot terribly, 31% from the floor, 7 of 46 from three. Look, Rockets, we know, lack the size. OKC facing elimination. Expect a strong rebound in their focus and performance here in this critical game number 6. Now, with Westbrook on the court, he did not really have a strong offensive showing. Looks like the layoff really impacted the Thunder's momentum. I think they'll get it back. Of course, like we said, facing that elimination, expect that effort seen in game 3 and 4 with that domination of the boards. Houston undersized, been getting pounded on the glass. I'd rather take the points here, Joe. I'll take OKC +5. You can see 5.5. Of course, you got to shop those numbers, don't you, Joe?
Absolutely. Always shop around. Listen to Smokey Robinson. Smokey Robinson's mother, she told him to shop around. Shop a number. You never know. Listen, the difference between winning and losing is a half a point. So shop those numbers. So you got to be patient in the morning and then be aggressive when you feel you have the right number. Tony, tell our viewers and our listeners what else you got going on at Pick Dogs, please.
Yes, I got a 3-pack right now. We got a couple MLB and an NBA, so check it out over at Pick Dogs. My 3-pack going on, and we'll get you on the winning side of those games. And Joe, we need to find out from you what you got going on over at Pick Dogs.
Well, I only have one game remaining. It already went off. It was the Heat Bucks game 1. I did want to say something, if I may, Tony. I know everybody is still in NBA and MLB mode, but as a multi-time college and pro football handicapping champion, I am prepped, psyched, and ready to go for another profitable campaign of both NFL and NCAA football. Right here at Pick Dogs, folks, I have early bird seasonal packages. The sooner you get them, the more inexpensive the rate, and the better you are locked in for a money-making football campaign. So go to Pick Dogs, take advantage of my early bird rates on football seasonal packages, and ensure yourself the best football campaign you've ever had. Listen, we're just there. Technically, college football has started. We got a couple of games coming up this week between Thursday and Monday. Big game Monday. I believe it's BYU and Navy. And then the following week, we have a full slate of college football, and the NFL starts. Guys, this is the time of year. Get locked and loaded. Make sure you're following a winning handicapper here at Pick Dogs. We've got early bird seasonal packages. I know every day we're dealing with NBA, we're dealing with NHL, we're dealing with MLB. But look to the future. Guys, you don't start paying for your kid's college tuition the day before he goes to college. You start saving up way before. This is the time you get locked and loaded with the winning handicapper here at Pick Dogs. We've all got seasonal packages. Come with me. Come with one of the other guys. I promise you, you follow one of us, you'll have a profitable and fun and enjoyable college and pro football campaign, Tony.
That's right. And, of course, so we'll have picks this week from college football. We got Southern Alabama, Southern Miss on Thursday. We got 3 games on Saturday. And, of course, that BYU and Navy game. As you said, Joe, we got a lot of games the following week. And, of course, the NFL kicks off. And I know, Joe, you write for the game of the day. You got some college football coming up, right, in coverage?
Absolutely. I do. For the past several years, I've been a college football and a baseball columnist for the most coveted gaming publication on the planet. Almost 50 years around the gaming today. I'm very proud to be writing that. But, yes, I'm very excited about college football. First week, I'll let the cat out of the bag. I believe my topic is going to be home field advantage. You know, with a lot of these teams, Tony, not having the home field advantage. These college football teams, Tony, 80, 90, 100+ thousand fans in the stands. You know, they're quiet when they're at the line. They're loud when the other team is at the line. You know, like we said, travel, nicer facilities. They also know every nook and cranny of the field themselves. You know, the soft spots, the weak spots, the divots. They know all of it. I think that this is something to look for, that we have to look at. You know, when there's no crowds in the stands, how much does it play? I give a lot of stock in home field advantage. Several points in college and a couple of points in the pro NFL as well. And with no fans in the stands, the noise levels. I mean, places like New Orleans, places like the Seattle Seahawks, places where that's extremely loud, where literally you can go, it's deafening, the noise. That they're not going to be fans in the stands to throw off the opposing. You know, are we going to see a lot less offsides by defenses? Encroachments, things like that. I think it's going to be an interesting season. I think that the first few weeks are really going to dictate how we, as handicappers, as sports bettors, as wise guys and sharks, look at the entire season in NFL and college football, how we bet them, Tony. But it's going to be a great season, a profitable one. Right here at Pick Dogs, we got some of the best guys on the planet, some of the best handicappers and sharp guys, sharp minds. Follow us, I promise, Tony. Our viewers, our followers, our listeners are going to make money.
Absolutely, guys. Pick Dogs here on our drive-through daily at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Of course, you saw a lot of the cappers on tonight. We'll have some on tomorrow, breaking down all the games. And, of course, NFL, a full slate of 16 games next week, Joe. So looking forward to the start of the NFL. And, of course, we'll get some college football picks this week. And just want to update the audience here. Seattle 2-1 over the Angels, so they win a close one as an underdog coming in. And another dog comes in, Baltimore, 4-3 against Toronto. So 2 big dogs coming in. And Miami, 5-3. So 3 dogs already this afternoon in Major League Baseball.
That's one of my favorite Al Pacino movies, Dog Day Afternoon already, man. I mean, this is what betting is all about. It's about value, and when you see a line in baseball that offers you value with some of these dogs, that's when you pull the trigger. You know, and this is a funny season, Tony. The baseball, you and I have talked about in recent shows that some of these games don't have lines up to late. We don't know some of the pitches of these games to late. How about the second legs of these doubleheaders? We had a show, I believe, on Friday. There was a doubleheader going off any minute. They still didn't have a listed pitcher. These are things we got to be very patient with as sports bettors, as handicappers, as sharps. We have to take this into consideration. This is how this season is. We have to take that into consideration when we're making our selections. Sometimes we have to be aggressive and pull that trigger. Sometimes we got to be patient. Sometimes even step away. Be smart. If it doesn't offer you value, there's another game that will come along very shortly that will.
Absolutely, guys. Be patient this MLB season. All right, Joe, that's going to be a wrap for tonight's show. We're 10 minutes from the top of the hour. It's time to watch the games and win those bets. Joe, in closing, your thoughts on tonight's action?
You know what? We still got a few baseball left. There's basketball left, and there is some baseball still left. Right here, Pick Dogs. All the guys on the show: Brian, Al, Chris, Rod, Dana, who wasn't on the show, but guys, yes, sir, and Tony.
Let's say I got the Pick Dogs on screen, guys. Let's say goodbye to the audience, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, guys. Have a good night.
Have a good night.